May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Take your seat. Srushti Jayant Deshmukh.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about you.
Sir, my full name is Srushti Jayant Deshmukh and I come from Bhopal. I am an enthusiastic and determined girl. I have done my graduation in chemical engineering from Lakshmi Narayan College of Technology. And I recently completed my diploma in Women's Empowerment and Development from the Indira Gandhi National Open University.
Okay. Why it is Srushti? We have heard of Srushti, but this is a very unique name, Srushti.
So in Marathi, the word Ri is pronounced as Ru. So that is why the pronunciation goes Srushti. So hereby the spelling, sir.
So you are basically an engineer. You have completed your engineering and thereafter you have developed interest in civil services.
Yes, sir.
What has inspired you to join civil services?
Sir, I believe that it is a job as dynamic as being a civil servant that will utilize all my capacities and capabilities. And it will be a journey to a life of large-mindedness where I will be able to care about other people's lives, their dreams, their passions, apart from my own.
What are the priorities you have thought of, priority areas where you will be really doing a good work once you get selected?
So the first area which I am really eyeing is on education. I believe that India is coming up with a lot of children and youth. So skill training and education is something that we need to focus upon.
What are the problems being faced in education, particularly at the primary and secondary level, in backward states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar? Have you tried to analyze?
So the problems which I feel prominently is the quality of education. We have ensured that children come to school, but the quality of education that they are gaining, the learning outcomes, they need to be monitored the next. So this needs to be focused.
Suppose you are posted in a district of UP or Bihar where level of education is extremely poor. Girl child, they are not given incentive to study. Those who study also, they leave midway. So what steps will you take to ensure that number one, they get quality education, and number two, they continue their studies and finish their school?
So the first point, I'll make sure that the teachers are attending the school properly. Teachers' attendance has been deterring the students from coming to school, and teacher training as well is equally important. Secondly, sir, the schemes like midday meal scheme have to be properly implemented so that students, like especially the young ones, can be attracted to come to school and they can come there.
Why teachers don't teach, and why there is such a poor quality of teachers?
Sir, I believe there's a lack of training of the teachers. They have done their basic qualifications, but they are not adequately trained is to ensure how learning outcomes have to be ensured. So we need to work on that front.
Okay. When you had to join civil services, why did you do your engineering course?
So
Don't you think it's a waste on your talent and waste on you have in fact taken a seat from somebody who could have pursued his engineering degree or her engineering degree?
So the degree of chemical engineering has provided me with a lot of knowledge and experience with regard to the field. Currently, the issues of environment and industrial safety are prime time in India as well. So I think this knowledge will help me in the civil services as well.
You have a passion for civil services from whatever little I have heard from you. But there is a perception that civil services is per se very corrupt. And it is divided on so many criteria, on caste lines, on some other considerations, and they have their own political affiliations also. It has not remained a steel frame which it used to be. So what is your take on this?
So in a country as large as India and in a system, the bureaucratic system that we have developed for ourselves, there are bound to be challenges. Some, as you mentioned, of corruptness and otherwise irregularities or division on the basis of caste or otherwise. But I believe, sir, this should not deter the young aspirants who are believing to go into the system and try and be as close to being the good civil servant and practicing values.
You are, Srushti, you are very young. Don't you think that you are still too young to join civil services? You should gain some experience, try to know the country in a better way before joining the civil services and acquire more knowledge, so to say.
Sir, the very fact that UPSC allows us to sit for the examination at 21 years, I believe, is good enough a reason to try and sit for the exam. And I have worked on my front, studied what all I can to excel in this.
Oh.